The sun was low in the sky, casting elongated shadows over the quaint neighborhood where young Sammer lived. His mother had scheduled a routine checkup with the new doctor in town, a man named Dr. Grimmel, who had recently opened his clinic in an old Victorian building. Sammer, an innocent and curious boy of 8, walked into the clinic with an air of eagerness, unaware of the strange turn his day would take. As he entered the reception, the chill was the first thing he noticed. The room was dimly lit, the wallpaper peeled at the edges, and a faint smell of antiseptic lingered in the air. The receptionist, an older woman with a smile too wide and eyes that never met his, ushered him to a seat. Sammer's curiosity was piqued. There was something off about this place. Soon, he was called into the examination room. Dr. Grimmel greeted him with an unsettling smile. He wore the usual white coat, but his eyes were cold, calculating. As Sammer sat on the examination table, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Behind the doctor's desk, a series of medical instruments gleamed under a fluorescent light, casting menacing reflections. The checkup began, and as the doctor listened to Sammer's heart, the boy's gaze wandered. He spotted a peculiar cabinet filled with jars, each labeled with names. Shivers ran down his spine as he realized one of the labels bore the name of a friend who had recently gone missing. Trying to mask his fear with feigned curiosity, Sammer asked the doctor about the jars. Dr. Grimmel's eyes twitched slightly as he replied in a calm, yet chilling tone, my collection of studies. Sammer's heart raced as the doctor turned away for a moment. Seizing the brief opportunity, Sammer jumped off the table and made his way towards the door. Just as his hand met the doorknob, a loud crash echoed behind him. The doctor had knocked over one of the jars, and its contents spilled across the floor. The sight was horrifying. Sammer's instincts screamed for him to run, and without another thought, he dashed out into the empty corridors of the clinic. The echoes of the doctor's footsteps followed, growing louder, more frantic. Sammer darted through the clinic, his breath hitching with fear. He burst through the entrance and into the fading daylight. He never stopped running until he reached home, vowing never to speak of what he saw. The police arrived later that evening, their investigation sparked by Sammer's panicked tale. Dr. Grimmel was never seen again, his clinic as mysterious and empty as before, leaving behind whispers of fear and a chilling story for the neighborhood to retell.